best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. You keep lying when you ought to be truthing, and you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying it.
Greetings, my fellow patriots. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, alternative news media, and I am your host, Eli X. That's right. Today is March 3rd, Saturday, 2012. And we do alternative news, people. News that you will not see on the mainstream. All right, and with that, let's get started because we got plenty of news. First story out of the natural news is parents protest freedom-crushing food police who search lunch bags of school children. That's right, in Rayford, North Carolina, in case you missed it, an official from West Hokie Elementary School recently decided that one young student's sack of lunch did not meet U.S.A. guidelines for a healthy meal. This is a 4-year-old girl who brought in a homemade lunch by her mom, a turkey sandwich with cheese, some an apple, and an apple juice. Apparently, that's not healthy enough. Instead, they force her to eat chicken nuggets, and if anybody knows what chicken nuggets are made from, it's basically all the nasty little chicken parts, the beak, the feet, and the rest of the crap. They throw in a blender, they blend it up, and out comes this pink gooey tube, and it's filled with feces plus pus, blood, and urine, and all sorts of other waste. And they also put silicone in this to keep these nuggets fresh. And if anybody knows, silicone will give you cancer. And so there you go. You got some food tyranny in Rayford, North Carolina. You can go to naturalnews.com, see about this. And parents, don't let the school tell you you cannot pack your own children's lunch. Live free or die, people. We are live. All right. Let's move on to our next story. Some health news. FDA admits statin drugs cause diabetes and memory loss. Yeah. You know those statin drugs like Crestor, Lipitor, all of these statin drugs that are supposed to help lower cholesterol levels actually give you type 2 diabetes and Alzheimer's disease. If you are on one of these statins, I suggest you may want to consider to get off of these statins immediately and look at some natural alternatives like essential fatty acids, natural organic salads, natural organic fish, meats, and start cooking with coconut oil instead of regular GMO corn oil. These will help you fight your cholesterol levels because you got good cholesterol and you got bad cholesterol, people. And you don't want to eliminate the good cholesterol. The good cholesterol helps your brain function. And all these statins do is just break down your memory and give you all sorts of Alzheimer's and nasty diseases. All right, let's move on to another health item. A new report published in the British Medical Journal has found that dangerous antipsychotic drugs are responsible for killing at least 1,800 dementia patients last year. They give these dementia patients Haldol and Seroquel for their conditions, even though that's not what it's for. These things have fluoride and all sorts of other chemicals that will kill you. So, like I said, you get your essential fatty acids, you get your right organic vitamins, and you won't have to take these damn drugs. The FDA is a criminal organization that you need to be wise to and wake up. All right, people. Let's move on to another article, another health article here. Aspartame. Aspartame withdrawal and side effects explained. If anybody doesn't know what aspartame is, I've explained it before and I'll explain it again. It's the alternative to sugar that they put in NutraSweet, that they put in your diet sodas. You might as well drink regular soda than this aspartame-filled diet soda, because this also will give you diabetes faster than regular sugar will, according to real studies by real doctors, one in Harvard here. It also says, well, asks a question, can aspartame be addictive? Yes, according to Dr. Betty Martini, popular anti-aspartame advocate, she explains that it is an addictive, carcinogenic, genetically engineered drug and that damages the mitochondria. Recent studies have shown that aspartame is addictive because it affects the absorption of dopamine in the brain. So you start drinking these diet sodas and these aspartame-filled candies, thinking you're doing something healthy. Meanwhile, it's making you addicted, making you crave this sugar more. And it says here it can cause cancer, mental disorders, degeneration of the brain cells, headaches. And you can go to pubmed.gov to check out these stories I'm talking about. They have some studies there. And how to protect yourself from this. To keep yourself safe from these artificial sweetener syndrome, just stop taking all these products and just stop buying them. You may want to move to real sugar. Move to an organic sugar. A sugar I like to use is called natural sugar in the raw. It's raw sugar. It's not bleached. It's actually brown in color, but it's not brown sugar. It's regular sugar, because that's how sugar really comes out, people. All right, let's move on to some more news here. We're going on to some spy news. Investigation reveals Facebook is spying on smartphone users and personal text messages. Yes, the latest infringement comes from Facebook and some other companies, which has resorted to spying on smartphone users and personal text messages, according to the London Times investigation. They say when you download this app, that's it, you're done. They can listen to your phone calls, they can listen to your text messages, they can listen to everything. The report claimed that some apps even permitted companies to intercept phone calls. Still others, such as YouTube, are capable of remotely accessing and operating users' smartphone cameras to take photographs or video at any time. That's right, you see. So basically, if you want to have a private conversation, you want to communicate with someone and want to keep it private, you want to take your cell phone out of your pocket, you want to take out the battery, and you want to put it in another room. Because they can turn on your cell phone even if you turn it off. Believe it. And they are listening. Big Brother is watching. Always. And or you can do face-to-face communications. Or I would do it the old-fashioned way. Just use the U.S. Postal Service. And the reason why I stress not to use these cell phones, because thanks to Bill Clinton, in 1996, he signed a Telecommunications Act, which basically states by law, all cell phone companies by the October of 2001 have, by law, have to build back doors into these cell phones so that the government can't get in and spy on you. So for those people who think Bill Clinton was good, think again. All right. Also, another spying. Google tracked iPhones. This is also from Natural News. They say they tracked iPhones bypassing Apple browser privacy settings. This is from the Wall Street Journal. And Google says, oh, they have it all wrong. We're not spying. Bull crap. They are spying. All right. Google is one of the worst. They are an NSA... what do you call it? Partner. They have partnered up with the NSA to spy on you. All right. Moving on. Corporate media official stops covering Ron Paul campaign. Only one news organization has reported on Ron Paul full time. This is from Steve Watson at InfoWars. The only one is an MSNBC reporter who was on this guy full time. The rest of the agencies, Fox News, CBS, CNN, you name it. they have no reporters covering Ron Paul. That's because the CIA officers that are posing as reporters, manipulating the media, and yeah, that's a fact, people. As a matter of fact, I have a clip that I want to go to where the CIA basically admits sending their officers to go work for mainstream media so they can manipulate it. Let's go to it.
I thought that it was a matter of real concern that planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here, because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. Now, we're looking at that very carefully.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
At CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole news and public affairs operation in 1954, the ships had been established, and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them.
We have quite a lot of detailed information, and we will evaluate it, and we will include any evidence of wrongdoing or any evidence of impropriety in our final report and make recommendations.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to the national news services, AP and UPI?
Well, again, I think we're getting into the kind of detail, Mr. Chairman, that I'd prefer to handle in executive session.
Senator, do you think that you named the news organizations in your final report?
That remains to be decided.
I think it was entirely in order for our correspondents at that time to make use of CIA agent chiefs of station and other members of the executive staff of CIA as sources of information which were useful in their assessments of world conditions.
Would you say that continues today?
Well, I would think probably for a reporter it would continue today, but because of all of the revelations of the period of the 1970s, it seems to me that a reporter's got to be much more circumspect in doing it now, or he runs the risk of at least being looked at with considerable disfavor by the public. I think you've got to be much more careful about it.
Well, there you have it right there, them basically admitting that the CIA manipulates the media. And that was back in the 70s. And if you think things have changed where this sort of thing doesn't happen anymore, then I have a bridge on the sun I want to sell you for $1. All right. Now, let's go on to this next clip. Ron Paul clip, my favorite candidate, my president of the United States. Let's go to it.
One is a serial hypocrite who lobbied for Freddie Mac before the housing crisis and for the individual mandate before Obamacare. Another, a counterfeit conservative who opposes right to work, massively increased spending, and funded Planned Parenthood. Finally, a flip-flopper who's been on all sides, supported TARP bailouts, and provided the blueprint for Obamacare. 3 men, 1 vision, more big government, more mandates, less freedom. one man stands apart, ready to deliver real change, voting against every tax increase and every unbalanced budget every time. A real plan to cut $1 trillion year one and to balance the budget in 3. Pro-life, pro-right to work, guided by faith and principle. Ron Paul, the one who will restore America now.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
One is a serial hypocrite.
There you go. You have it right there, people. Ron Paul is our only true candidate who can defeat the New World Order. And if you do not understand this, then you're probably most likely brainwashed. Now, I want to go to my next story. Basically, it is the Libyans. Give me 1 second. You got these Libyans, Libyan rebels cage black Africans in zoo, force feed them flags. I got a video clip here of the so-called Libyan freedom fighters, which are really Al-Qaeda, and we'll get to that in a minute. Yes, they are really Al-Qaeda, and the U.S. is supporting them. I've explained this before. We're fighting Al-Qaeda in Iraq and Afghanistan, but we are helping Al-Qaeda in Libya and Syria. Al-Qaeda is a hoax, a big boogeyman that they want you to be scared of. All right, let's go to this horrifying clip of the Al-Qaeda assisted by U.S. and NATO torturing black people in a zoo. This disgusting clip. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. That's not good. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We will get right to that clip right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. Seems like we're having trouble pulling up this clip. It is a very important clip I think you should see. So I'm going to keep trying to work on that, no matter how long it takes me. But it is very important that if you're a reporter, that you should report on this. You should definitely report on this. Because there are a lot of mainstream that are actually not reporting on this. And if you claim yourself to be associated with one of these mainstream media outlets and you completely ignore the fact that Al-Qaeda has been given power in Libya and if you happen to be a black reporter who doesn't report on this, then you should really be ashamed of yourself. As a matter of fact, you should ask yourself, am I really a reporter? Because, yeah, if you're not going to report on it, on black people being murdered, then, like I said, you're not a reporter. All right, let's get to it. Got it. Go.
الله أكبر شريف الله أكبر الله أكبر قول العالم يا كلب قول تعال أنت تعال أقرب شيء يا كلب أقرب قول العالم قول يا مصخ يا دوغي يا كلب يا مصخ قول تعال أنت يا كلب أنت الثاني صبي ده يا كلب صبي يا كلب صبي وين عاد بدنا متصوير يا انا بدي صبي يا كلب صبي طيب الله اكبر
Well, there you have it, people. You saw for yourself. The Libyan freedom fighters who are Al-Qaeda, are torturing black people. And like I said, if you're a black reporter and you're not reporting on this, then you shouldn't call yourself a reporter. You're a piece of garbage. Speaking of garbage, let's move on to another story. Media Matters chief David Brock paid a former domestic partner $850,000. And he claims it was paid off because of blackmail. But the fact of the matter is, Media Matters claims to be an alternative news, but the fact of the matter is they are not. They are a Obama mouthpiece media organization bought and paid for by George Soros, who gave a $1 million donation to this organization. This is a fact, people, and more and more people are becoming aware of this fact. That's how come their numbers are dwindling. Traffic to their website, MediaMatters.org, is down, and it looks like Media Matters no longer matters. All right, let's move on. Here we have a...
so what do we get now?
Jump into the clip too quick. Live TV, folks. Let's go with it. Our next report is about Andrew Breitbart. This guy used to work for DrudgeReport.com, and he claimed to have some video of Barack Obama in the college years, basically hanging out with silver ponytail terrorists. I have the clip here. We're going to go to it, and let's do it.
And so what do we get now? In Barack Obama? Well, I've got videos, by the way. This election, we're going to vet him. I've got videos. This election, we're going to vet him from his college days to show you why racial division and class warfare are central to what Hope and Change was sold in 2008. The videos are going to come out. The narrative is going to come out that Barack Obama met a bunch of silver ponytails back in the 1980s, like Bill and Bernadine Dorn, who, equally radical, said one day we're going to have the presidency, and the rest of us slept while they plotted and they plotted and they plotted, and they oversaw hundreds of millions of dollars in the Annenberg Challenge, and they had real money from real capitalists who gave it on to their children and their children's children, and then they become communists. We got to work on that. That's a parenthesis. Barack Obama is a radical. We should not be afraid to say that. Okay? And Barack Obama was launched from Bill and Bernadine's salon. I've been there. It became a self-evident truth to me that there's zero chance that this incredible chef did not cook many a meal for Barack Obama. Don't tell me ABC, CBS, and NBC I don't have the, that I can't posit that theory, because it's a self-evident truth. Just like it was a self-evident truth that he was with Jeremiah Wright, and just as it's a self-evident truth that when he was at Harvard, he was advocating for the worst of the worst to join the faculty. Radicals at Beirut on the Charles. And that is who's in the White House, and that's who's outside right now telling you you don't have a right to be here, and who would squelch your free speech just as easily they do at Harvard, Vassar, Yale, Wesleyan. They're a bunch of totalitarian freaks.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was Andrew Breitbart, who died a day before he said he was going to release these tapes. Listen to me, people. Obama is CIA. His grandparents were CIA. His mother was CIA. In the 1980s, he was CIA. So if you have anything that you can use against him, you better just use it right away, because you're going to end up dead like Andrew Berthart. Whether it be a heart attack, stroke, car accident, they will find a way to take you down. So don't hold back anything. If you have something, release it right away if you want to live. All right, let's move on to our last story. TSA coming to a highway near you. Let's see if I can get that clip up. Basically, this all started in Tennessee, and they started up with the trucks. This is how it starts. First, they start with the trucks. They say it's for the trucks. Next thing you know, they're pulling you and your family out of the cars and grabbing your genitals. We're running out of time, but let's get some of this clip up. I'll play half of it. All right, the clip's not coming up, but basically, this comes from Representative Marsha Blackburn, a Republican in Tennessee, and this is out of Forbes magazine, and she's afraid that the TSA is getting out of control. They are moving from the airports to the highways. And pretty soon, you're going to see them on every highway, on every state border, pulling you and your family out of the car and doing God knows what to your genitals. So if you want to abolish the TSA, register to vote, vote for Ron Paul, go to whitehouse.gov, sign the petition to abolish the TSA, and let's move forward to protect our freedoms. All right. Looks like we're out of time, people. I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. God bless America. God bless the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance.